Welcome back, guys. Creating your first design can be so easy. Though this course is not only for beginners. If you are not new to Canva, if you are new to Canva, this course is for you because you will learn a great deal from this course. And right now, we want to create our first design as a beginner. This is a beginner's guide, of course. So we'll be creating our first design. So there are different ways you can create your design. You can search for templates and create design, or you create a design from here. You click on this button, or you create a custom size depending on what you want. If you want to create a custom size, you create a custom size for your design. Let's say you have a size you want to work with. You can use the custom size function to do that. Then this is the main button we want to use to create a new design. So creating your first design, just click on create a design, and having to click on create a design, you would be asked what would you like to create. Depending on what you like to create, you are going to input what you like to create here. Let's say you want to create a social media design. This is where you're going to input that. You're just going to type social media, and you get to see your size right here. These are square formats, and there are different formats. Just type social media as a keyword, then enter. Having to enter that, you would see different design for you. You're going to just click on something like this. So you have a square format of design, social media design. Then we have a page, we have a Canva. These are blank page. So let me just keep this. And having a blank page now, you can zoom this. This is where you change your zoom level. You can zoom it to however you want to zoom it to 500%, and I'll take it back just to have it this way. So this 40% zoom level is not bad. So we are going to come to this panel. These are the panel you're going to navigate to design. So here is your design. Here is where you take your templates. You get to see different templates you can work with right now. So you get to see your template right here, and you get to see what to use. You can choose any of these templates to use for yourself. So I'm just going to look for templates, and here we have different templates, diverse templates you can take from. We have a whole lot to work with here, and here are different templates you can customize to your own use. So let's have this. Let's see what we have right now. So you can choose any of these templates you are seeing right now. So I can just choose this. I'm choosing this very template. Look at one right here. You can choose this very template actually. So let's see this template. This is a free template, so you can choose this, and here we have a template chosen. So now we have to work on this template. This is a side panel, and we worked on design. There are elements. We have elements of designs. We have the shapes, we have the images, we have the colors. So here is your element of design. You can bring in any element into your design right here. Then this is a panel for whatever you choose. For instance, if you choose a text, you can customize from here. Everything you see here, everything you could select here is an element. So whatever element you are choosing right now, you can edit it from here. This is a text element, and there will be an image element. This is an image element. So we have a whole lot of elements, and a shape could be your element depending on what you are working on. So you can choose any element you want to choose for. All you have to do is just to click on whatever you want to work on, whatever of the elements you feel like customizing. You just click on it, and you'll be able to customize the element. So me clicking on the text now, you'll be able to customize the text fonts. You'll be able to increase the size if you want to. For instance, I can increase this to like an 18. Then you'll be able to change the color right here, the text color, because I'm choosing a text as the element here. So you'll be able to change the color right here. All you have to do is just to click on this. Then you have different colors you can change to. You can type your color code. We have different color code. We have the X code, and we have the different color codes. So you could easily search for a color code. You can ask Google for green color code. You can say green color code. Then you'll see your color code right here. See color codes right here. So once you input something like this into that panel, you get this color. So once you input something like this, Control V into this panel, you get the green color right here. Then you can change it to green. As you can see, it has changed to green. You can change to whatever color you want to change to. Then you can change it back to white. So that's how to work on each element of your design. So you can choose this. This is an image element. You can choose to edit the image. You can choose to increase the transparency or reduce the transparency, as you can see, or reduce the transparency however you want to. Then you can choose any element you feel like you want to work on. Look at this. This is an element. This is a shape element. As you can see, immediately I chose it, the panel change, and you can choose to work on this. You can change the color of your panel. This is an outline, and this is the inner part. So the inner part does not have a color right now. You can choose to change the color of the inner part. You can just choose this, then you'll be able to change the color of the inner part. Let's change something like this, and you see this has changed. But you can leave the outline. If you are trying to change the color of the outline, you just click on this. That's the border color, which is the outline, the outer part of this shape, and you can choose to change that. You can just add a new color right here, navigate your color right here, and choose any color you want. For this, you can choose a yellow, you can choose, it depends on what you're working on and how you want your color to be layered. So we have different elements. Like I said, you can choose your elements, and here is where you input your elements. So you can bring in a shape. You can choose to search for a rectangle, and you see a rectangle shape, you bring it in right here. Look at the rectangle right here. Then you can choose to change the color of the rectangle, because this is the current element I select. So you can change the rectangle from here. You can just click on color, then you'll be able to change the color to like a yellow, and here it is the rectangle I just brought in. So you can search for another element like a circle. You can search for a circle as well, and you see a circle shape right here. You can bring it in as well. You can just click on this, and here's the circle shape. You can choose to change the color as well. You can change it to a white as well. You can change it to a black, and here is the circle being a black color. Then you can move it around. If you don't want to move your design around, you can lock it. So having to lock this, all you have to do is to click on these dots, and you'll see lock. Then all you have to do is to look for lock right here. This is lock, and all you have to do is to lock it. Once you have it locked, you cannot move it around. Even if you click on it, you'll not be able to move it around. Then if you want to move it around, you have to unlock, and here's your unlock icon. So you click on this unlock icon to unlock this, then you can start moving it around. If you don't need an element, you can delete the element right away. All you have to do is to click on the element and use the delete button on your keyboard to delete this. I'll choose this element and delete this as well. So I'll use the delete button on my keyboard to delete this. Or you can check out different shortcuts. As you can see, this delete right here, you see the button you're going to use to delete this is delete. Then if you want to duplicate, you use Ctrl D. So you have your shortcuts beside whatever you want to do. So I'm deleting this right away. I've chosen this element. I'm going to click on delete on my keyboard to delete that. Then I'll be able to delete this right now. So I'll click on this, then delete. I'll be able to delete it right now. So your elements, you can search for images. As you can see, we have all. You can search for images. For instance, you can just say you are looking for a cross. Let's say you are looking for a cross. Then you prompt that, then you get to see different cross. These are graphics, these are icons, but we are not using icons. These are graphics. So you see different icons for cross, so you can choose to bring them in. As you can see, we still have the crown icon right here. This is for premium user, but you can bring the free ones in. The ones that are not icon, you can use them. So I'm just going to bring this right here, and we have the icon brought in. This is the cross. You can choose to change the color, because this is the current element I'm working on. You can choose to change the color from here. You can just click on this, and you'll be able to change the color to your taste. You can choose to change it to this, and you have this. So it depends on what you are doing. This is just a beginner's guide to you creating your first design. Then I'm going to delete this because this is my current element. I'm going to use the delete button on my keyboard to delete this, and I have that deleted as well. So right now you can check for photos. You have cross, we have photos related to cross. So we have the premium ones, we have the free ones. As you can see, these are the free ones. So you can choose to bring this in as well. Then you have this somewhere here. So we have this design. We brought it to the background. Let me take it back. You can undo whatever you're doing with Ctrl Z. You can undo with Ctrl Z, or you use this to undo. As you can see, Ctrl Z is being shown right here. So you go back to whatever you have before, and I can choose to bring in this image. I can just click on it to bring it in, or I drag and drop, but I'm not dragging and drop. I just clicked on it, and here's the image. So I can replace it with the background. I have a background here, but I want to replace this background with this image that I just brought in. So all I have to do is to right click, and I would say replace background. I'll be able to replace background, and it goes to the back. So here we have the image as the background, and we are good to go from here. So we have this as the background, and I can choose to change this element. I can choose to bring this closer to where this is. So I can have this. I can choose to change the color. So let me change the color. I'm choosing these elements, and I'm changing the color to like a black. So let's just change it to like a black. So you just look for a black right here. I would say black, and you'll be able to change it to black. So I'll just choose this, and here it has been changed to black. I can increase the size if I want to. From here, you can increase the font size, and you can just broaden it this way to increase the size. So we have something like this. You have 18 July. You can change the text. You can just click on the text to change the inner text. I can just say 18 September. So it's going to be a SEP, like SEP for short. So this is 18 September right here, and we have something like this. If you want to change this, you can just take them and change whatever is in there. You can see these are elements as well. You can choose to remove them. So I can just choose to remove these elements. They are image elements, so I can choose to remove them. All I have to do is to click on them and remove them. So we have this. So I'm going to remove it, and I'm going to remove this. I'm going to remove this. Then we have a blank design right now. So all you have to do now is to, you can select this. You can just highlight this to select this whole panel. Then you can choose to increase the whole panel. Then have something like this here. So we have something like this here, and you can change each text. If you don't want this text, you can change it, but let's leave it like that because we're just doing our first design. Then you can just highlight this to increase this. You can increase the whole element and try to leave it this way, or you make it moderate. Yeah, so we have something like this, and these are looking great so far. So here we have the main text. You can choose to change the main text color by clicking on this. I clicked on the elements, then I'll change the color from here. So I can choose to change to like a black if I want to something like this if I want to. Then I can choose to change to something like this if I want to. Then I can choose to change to like a yellow if I want to. So we have all these. So having to change it to like a yellow, there are effects you can use. You can click for more right here. You can see all. Then we have effects. So these are effects. You can change the effect and change to something like this. And you can choose to change the style of the effects and change whatever the transparency. You can change a whole lot of things from here. So you can check effects, test effects. We have different test effects. You can choose to see the color of the effect, and here we have shape effect of color. If you want to curve this particular text, you can curve from here. Then you can change the background. If you want to input a background, here we are. You have a background inputted, and you can change the color of the background. You can change it to like a black, and you have something like this. So let's go with that. So we have something like this at the background. So we're going to just bring this. We're going to just try to increase this, and we're going to bring this hosted by Davis. We're going to bring it down here just to have something down here. So we're going to have something like this, and we can delete some text we don't want. So we have something like this. So we're going to just come this way and change this color to like a black. We're going to change this color to like a black and change this to like a black. So we have something like this, and our design is looking great so far. So this can be increased as well. You can increase this as well and just bring it to somewhere like this and change the color to like a black as well. So I can make this a 2025. You can just make this 2025. So we have this, and this will be a great design, a great fit. Then you can bring this to the middle and leave it that way. So we can export our design right here. Let's say we've created a design right here. So you can click on this element to change the transparency if you want to, and here you have a new transparency if you want to, so you can see through the image. So you have something like this, and which is not looking bad to me. So all you have to do, you can change the text if you want to. You can say hosted by beloved Ade JB, something like this. So you can change your colors, you can change your text, you can change whatever you want to change, and you can broaden this. Let's say we don't like the way this has been broken, so you can just expand it this way. You expand this way, you can just expand this way, and look at the red line. We have reds, as you can see. Once I am in the middle, once this is in center, you can see your red line, and you can make it align properly. All you have to do is to click on these dots. You are going to click on this, and you see align page. So you can align this to the center, you can align to the middle. So let's align this to the center, and this comes to the center of this. So this can be in the center. Let's align this to the center as well. So all you have to do is come to align page and just click on center, and this is centered. So that's something about you making designs. These are basic things you need to know, and you can input text. This text is an element as well. You can input a new text from here. Then you can upload if you need to upload. We were able to search for images from elements, but if you want to upload from your own computer or your phone, you can upload from here. All you have to do is to click on upload, and you can drag and drop as well. So you can just choose to upload a file. You can just click on this upload a file, and you'll be able to access your local storage where you're going to upload whatever you want to upload. You can upload it in, so you get to see your pictures. You can upload things in. You can just bring them into your design. That's the fun part about this. You can bring in an image. So let me just try to bring in this image. Then you get to see this particular image being brought in, and there's a way you can see this is the image I just brought in. You can choose to use it in your design by clicking on this. Then you'll be able to see your image right here. Look at it right here. So we have it right here. So I'm going to delete that. All I have to do is to delete this. I'm just showing you how you can go about it. Then you can drag and drop an image. So all I have to do is to access my local file, and having to access my local file, I can choose to drag and drop an image, and all I have to do is to come this way, and let me just drag and drop this image. So coming back here, I'm just going to drop it on the browser to come and drop it here, and it's going to be dropped here, and I have something like this. This is the image I just uploaded, and those are the basic things you need to know. And the last thing you need to do, you can rename your design from here. So let me just give it a name. Let's say our first design. I'll just name it first design. We'll be able to rename that, and we can just start to share. We can download it off this platform. So all I have to do is to click on the share button, and having to click on the share button, I'm going to use the download, and having to use the download, you can export your file in different types. We have PNG, we have JPEG, we have PDF standard, we have PDF print, we have MP4 video. You can export it as a video, but let's use the JPEG format. So I'm going to export it as a JPEG, and I'm going to have that downloaded. So I'm going to click on download. You see the size, you see everything you need to do. So I'm just going to click on download to have our first design downloaded, and that way we'll be able to create our first design on Canva, and we'll be able to download it. All you have to do is to access it from your file system, and you get to see your downloads. Come to your downloads, and this is the design we just worked on Canva, and here we have our first design looking so good. I hope to see you in the next lesson where we'll get to talk more about using this tool for your creativity. I hope to see you in the next lesson. See you there.